So everything in this video didn't happen, it's made up. But yeah, let's move on. This took place back in when I was in elementary school. So I was going into one of the classes, and and I won't say the name of the teacher, but we'll just say her name is Mrs. Helen, Miss Helen, and so she was my teacher for first grade, and so for today we were just doing a couple worksheets over writing, and then I hear the principal going over the intercom saying that we're going under a lockdown. So as you can know, the teacher said just go in the back of the room, shut the lights off, and close the door. Then nothing happened for a while. Nothing really crazy happened. Then the lockdown was going over, was basically going for about 30 minutes. Then all of a sudden we get this huge bang on the glass room window. And it was two people. And they looked, well, it looks like that they had a black sweatshirt and hoods over their heads and jeans. And they were holding something in their pocket, like they were grabbing the pocket, like they're about to get something out of there. They're trying to break the window down, but luckily the window is kind of harder, so they unfailingly attempt to get in. Then they just went away, and then about maybe 20 minutes later, the lockdown was lifted. And nothing really happened through the rest of the day. Then once I started to go home around 3 o'clock, I was walking to my house in the street, and my house is usually about like a good 7-minute walk from the school. So I was about maybe 3 minutes in, and then I saw all of a sudden I see this car kind of like parked kind of like on the side of the road, kind of by the stop sign. I didn't really think much of it. I didn't really care because it didn't really look that different. But then I decided to go on a different road for the day, because there's 3 ways to get to my house from the school, and I'm gonna take the long way because I wanted to check out this little this park. And as I was going towards that way though, I hear a door slamming, and I didn't hear it because it was kind of far away. I can just hear like someone getting out the door. Then I just kind of looked behind me and didn't see anything. Then I just kept on walking, and then I met up with a friend. I asked him if he wanted to go to the park with me. And he said yeah. So we're going to the park, and we're just kind of going, just messing around in the swings and stuff, playing tag. And then as we were playing, we saw these 2 guys out of nowhere. They apparently started to shoot at us. And then so we didn't know what to do. We froze for a minute, and then we started to run. And then we ran until we decided to try to get to one of my other friend's house, and then try to hide in there. And then about a good 5 blocks, running, and the guys were running too, but they stopped along the way. And then we weren't too worried, but we almost got there. So we got inside, the parents locked the door, and then we decided to hide in the basement until the situation was over, because they were still kind of there. So we told them that there's people out there looking for us, but don't worry about it too much until something happens. So we decided just to stay there for the night, simply because we don't want to walk out with those people. So we just kind of had a little night, and I told them, my parents and stuff, they were cool. And then, and about 6 hours later, when they're about getting ready for bed, I hear a cracking sound in the basement. And it wasn't my friends. They were both kind of upstairs. I don't know what they were doing, but let's just say they were upstairs. And there was no really like windows or anything, but there was a door way at the other side of the basement. So I couldn't really hear that great, but I could hear like a crack sound, and then like a breaking sound. So I kind of looked down there, and I was thinking, it's probably just like the house making noise. Sometimes houses make noise, and I didn't really think much of it. So I went to the bathroom, doing bathroom things, and as it came out, there was a guy standing right. There was a two men standing right there, have a gun point, shooting, or not really shooting, but they were pointing at me. I was scared and I didn't know what to do. So I try to look around, try not to move, because I'm afraid that if I move, then they'll shoot. So I kind of glanced over a little bit, very quickly, while they're kind of not really, because they're trying to do something. So I looked over, and all I saw was a little like a 2x4 piece of wood, and as they're distracted, I grabbed the wood and smack with it. I smacked him pretty well. I didn't get him unconscious, but I did get him to go on the ground. That was my cue to leave, and I went upstairs and I told him that they were here. Then so mom called 911. The mom called 911. And the dad grabbed AK gun, AK assault rifle, and he came down and he shot one guy in the leg, and he told the other guy, if you won't leave right now and don't do anything else, I'll let you guys go. But if you do anything else, I'm gonna shoot you both. And then he wasn't really going to shoot him, but it was a good enough threat to tell him that they needed to get out of there. So luckily they did, and then it was pretty good for the rest of the day, and we didn't see him ever again.